Hi, I'm Donald McIntyre, Senior Editor at the ETC Cooperative. This is the ETC Proof of Work course, Class 18. Proof of Work blockchains will always be under constant social attack. In the previous class 17, we explained how Proof of Work POW blockchains such as Bitcoin and Ethereum Classic (ETC) have division of power, and Proof of Stake (POS) chains do not. We saw how the right to split or separate, in the case of the introduction of nefarious rules or controversies, gave these systems a higher level of security. In a related topic in this class, 18, we will learn why proof-of-work blockchains will always be under constant social attack, because in truly decentralized systems, there are no higher authorities to impose order. In technical discussions or upgrade controversies, each faction must fight for their desired outcomes. Additionally, true decentralization is disagreeable to elites and governments. Consequently, toxicity and maximalism are necessary postures to defend the principles of these systems. Truly decentralized systems will never be centralized. Proof of Work is the only signaling system that enables decentralization. In social groups, if decentralization is achievable without degenerating the system, then free participants will always choose decentralization. Centralization is not a desired state of affairs. Voting, democracy, and republic are not ideal systems. They are just the least worst we can do. But in proof-of-work systems, there cannot be tyrants, kings, constitutions, presidents, or congresses. They are not possible because participants will never choose them, because they are not necessary, and they will always prefer to split. Proof-of-work and governance. Proof-of-work blockchains actually work better without governance. In these systems, the constitution is the blockchain protocol itself. In Bitcoin, for example, that miners can earn BTC by working in building blocks according to the rules is an organizing principle that drives the whole industry, which is totally decentralized on a global scale. In Ethereum Classic, the fact that it is programmable and permissionless directs developers worldwide to build applications on it, following the distributed EVM design and naturally incentivizing them to defend it. This is why in proof-of-work blockchains there are no leaders or administrators that impose their will. It is just the value and the incentives of the system that guides the global ecosystem to decentralization. True decentralization means no authority. In a context of true decentralization, there are no arbiters or authorities to impose order. If there are no parental figures or administrators to impose order in a blockchain, then the factions must fight for their desired outcomes when it comes to changing the rules or implementing upgrades. Therefore, it is impossible to have civilized debates in these scenarios. It is more or less like when children are with their parents or not. If their parents are present, then they will be much better behaved. But when their parents leave, then they may fight over candy, or a sibling may pull the hair of the other. Genuine decentralization means no authority, and no authority means that brute argumentative force becomes the name of the game. No authority must lead to toxicity. If brute argumentative force becomes the name of the game to defend the principles of these systems, then the so-called toxicity must be necessary. Consequently, all those who criticize toxicity because it hurts their feelings are wrong. Toxicity and maximalism are actually rational game theoretical and evolutionarily stable behaviors in decentralized systems. If toxicity is absent during periods of peace and the factions seem to dissolve, it is not because they failed. It is because they are temporarily not needed. But when new threats emerge again, which is inevitable, then the toxic maximalists will re-emerge as well and will be welcomed as heroes. Toxicity is good for proof-of-work blockchains. The proof of stake non-toxicity fallacy. Because proof of stake POS is centralized, then there are no social attacks on it. Indeed, in proof of stake, participants can't even split. Therefore, there is no argument to be had other than submitting to the authorities. This is why so many people find proof of stake communities so pleasant, because they seem friendly and inviting. But this is because they are after your money and they deceive you. Although they may seem non-toxic in the surface, the evil in the systems is their centralization. They control you, they submit to you, and you have no recourse but to comply. The perversion is orders of magnitude worse than the harmless toxicity and proof of work. How BlackRock will be neutralized. Many have cheered and welcomed the participation of the global asset management giant BlackRock in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Soon, this globalist and passionate environmental, social, and governance behemoth will also make incursions in other networks such as Ethereum and eventually ETC. Being BlackRock a faithful representative of elite philosophy and government power, it is inexorable that they will try to change the rules of these systems to centralize them. However, because of the reasons explained in this and previous classes, proof-of-work blockchains are well equipped to defend their principles and integrity in front of these threats. Toxicity will certainly push back at their attacks, and things such as the right to split and the sheer protection barrier that is proof of work will defend them. Thank you for watching this video, ETC Proof of Work course, Class 18. Proof of Work blockchains will always be under constant social attack. To learn more about Ethereum Classic, please go to ethereumclassic.org. Thank you very much.